Hello and welcome back to Everyday with me, Nick. Thank you very much, you good YouTube people. And today it's just going to be a quick one really. It's just going to be me doing some belt changes on this Frontier OS27. Now recently I've been having a few little problems. Belt tension doesn't seem to be right anymore. So not really sure what that's all about, but whilst I was under here the other day, I'll just lift these hoods up. So I want everybody else who's got a band sawmill to kind of, whether it applies to you or not I don't know, but I'm gonna ask you to do it anyway. First of all, my drive belt is shot. There's no two ways about it. It has got chunks out of it all over the place. I'll show you that once I take it off. But I think the problem with my belt tensioning has been not just from the drive, well, not from the drive belt or the bands in that matter, but I actually think it's coming from the idler belt as well. Now the reason I say that is because when I look at this idler belt, it is squished. It's squished. And I'm just going to take this blade off real quick. It's still sharpening again. I'm not going to put it in the sharpening pile. Leave it on there. So I'm just going to remove this idler belt. Now here's this idler belt here. Now I don't know if you can see that, but I've got a lot of squish. I've got a lip, and honestly that has been squashed so much into the band wheel that it's caused it to squish. That's quite annoying when I was watching that in the screen there. So I needed to buy a new drive belt, so I thought, you know what, I'll purchase a new idler belt as well. So I believe these are 56 B56. Anyway, I ordered two belts. Woo, hello. So we'll put that down a sec. I ordered two belts. Idler belt, which again, like I said, is the B section, and yeah, it's B56. Now I thought this was a flat top, but it's actually not. I don't think that'll matter. So I think by putting this new one on, we're going to gain just a little bit extra again for the belt tensioning. But with that belt being squished so much, I've lost some stroke on the tensioner. I know it sounds daft, but I think that's right. So anyway, I'm going to put a new one on. It costs £4 something, I think it was, if that. I've had the mill, I don't know, 18 months. So if it cost me that for an idler belt every 18 months, so be it. So it's really easy to put back on, in fact. Was it a B56? Because that's tight. Oh dear. That shouldn't be that tight. That should be nice and loose. And that's tight. Bear with me guys a second. Right, so I've checked the specs and it does say B56. Must just be me, I can't give it all. Let's try again. So like I say, it should be loose. It should be loose on the idler side, so that is not loose in any stretch of the imagination. But it definitely does say B56. There we go. I just need to get, there we go. That is not slack as the other one. was, so I don't know if they've changed something or what. But that belt is now on. It might slacken off over time, I don't know, but I'm going to go with that. Doesn't quite feel right. But needless to say, I'm going to put the scrubber back onto the belt. Just like that. So now we've got to replace this drive belt. Now the drive belt that I've gone with is the same size as what is on spec, which is a B84. But in one of my other videos, which I'll leave a little tile to somewhere up there or up there, wherever it goes, I'm going with the cog belt. Now this is just an experiment. I don't know if other people have done it. I haven't seen other people do it. Myself and Jerry from Bigelow Woodcraft, sorry Jerry, we are going to try that. He's got a spare belt of this and he's going to try that. So I'm there now because my belt's about to break anyway. So I'm going to try these cog belts. Now the profile on these are dead flat as well, so that's exactly what we want. We don't want really a dome belt, like a dome top belt. So we want to try. I want to try this and see how she holds up. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. I'm hoping it's going to relieve that stress just on, can you see, just on this bit here, because that angle that comes round here is quite severe. You know, if I was having this as a, you know, if I had a bit more space, I think I would have had the belt tension. Well, I know you can't, because you can't get that angle straight down there, because you wouldn't have the space. You wouldn't have your throat for your sawmill. But I would either have the pulley a bit. I don't know. I would try and not have that angle as steep as it is, but I'd have it pushing down on the top here instead. That's where I would have it. But obviously you need your blade to run across the top. I know engineers who are a lot more educated than I am would have a better idea, but I just don't like that angle. So that's why I've gone with the cogged belt, because I think it's going to allow it to bend. Can you see how much that bends compared to like a B belt? You know, you've got a bit of resistance because you've got a lot more material in. So we're going to see how long this holds up, which is the cogged belt. So I need to go get my impact gun, and I need to get a socket to fit that, which I think is 24, and then we'll get some spanners on there, and yeah, let's get this belt replaced. So yeah, let's go. Just like so. And then we need a 17 and a 19mm spanner, which in my case I've got ratchet ones. So I'm just going to release the lock nut. I'm going to get you a little bit better set up, because you aren't seeing the full picture, are you? I reckon we can get that off. There we go. Christ, look at the state of that, guys. May as well be a cogged belt. There's bits missing everywhere. Anyway, chuck that away. Yeah. Get our cogged belt, and hopefully we shouldn't need to mess about too much. Yeah, we'll go with a big one. There we go. That looks good. That went on no problem. We'll see if we can get the right tension built up on it. That's quite good, that. I don't think we need much more than that. So that is very good, to be honest. And you know what, looking at that, guys, it looks great. So I'm going to fasten that up. Sorry for the noise. So that's now tightened up. That's very good actually, yeah. Everything's looking good. Band's bloody wriggling around up there. I'm going to tighten that lock nut up so that doesn't thread off on me. And now we're ready to put the band back on, guys. I think that's as easy as it is. I'm hoping that these cogged belts are going to be better, because I can't keep breaking them up like that. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're just delaminating and taking chunks out. And you know what, if you've not had one go on you before, then when this goes, you know, when bits of belt breaks off, it makes the band do all sorts of weird things, and it can really ruin your cut on your you know, on your log. So let's get the band back on and see how she tensions up. I think it's going to be a lot better. So let's go. So what I've been cutting recently has been ash, and I haven't seen a lot of people mill ash on YouTube, but I had a guy reach out to me, and he's a crab pot. He's a crab. I guess I'm going to call a crab pot man. I don't know. So it basically goes in a boat out to sea, fishing for crabs. Is what I can only describe it as. And I actually went. It's one of the videos that I've just done, and yeah, the lad contacted me. Can you make this? Can you make this kind of thing? I says, yeah, no problem. I've got some ash on the ground. Let's give it a go. And you know what? He's given me a big contract. So we're gonna be all right with it. And he wants a lot. He wants a few thousand of them making now, and they're not bad to make either. So I've just put an order in with my forestry guy for 6 ton of ash, hopefully with very little ash dieback. So anyway, this band's on now. That's already, I can already feel that band is even tight now without even tension in it. So I'm gonna give it a tension up and see how she goes, but I can already feel it much better now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming off the wrong way again. Because I'm using these 1.5 inch bands, they are obviously a little bit bigger. It's that bottom guide's catching too much. Let's just alter that. Right, the guides are now set again, because I think with the difference of the height on these belts now, we've made these guides higher and lower onto the band. So give this a spin. Much better. Much better. So I'm happy with that. Go check the other side for tracking. It's a little bit bit out, a little bit more than I'd like. Yeah, just right. So that's it. I have replaced the drive belt with a cogged belt, which is B84, and I've also replaced the idler belt with a B56. Now I can see a little bit of slack in that now it's tensioned up. Hopefully I think that'll just go a little bit more as it gets worn in. I haven't got anything to mill. I have got things to mill, just I haven't got them on the deck or on the mill. So we will see how this mills up next time we are on the mill. But I thought this was pretty important if you didn't already know. Excuse me. If you didn't already know about, you know, your belts, like, do you think that your idler belt what is going on? Do you think your idler belt lasts forever? I thought it did because I didn't think it does much, but I didn't account for it being squished under tension. That's obvious now to me. Drive belt, well, that just goes. I've got a spare. I think there's two up there, but I really wanted to try these cogged belts to see if there was any difference in it. So yeah, it should be interesting to see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. If I'm right or if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter, because it's been a good exercise to try and, you know, an experiment, sorry, to try. And if it's right, I'll be buying cog belts in the future. I have got spare belts in case the cog belts don't come in time or I don't think about buying anymore. But needless to say, we're going to give them a go. And I think, you know, I'll put a yearly reminder. I'll write this down on the boards behind me on the shed when I've changed the belts, both belts, and we'll see what life we get out of them. So yeah, everything's changed. The dynamics of the blade changed there because the tracking was out. What else we got? The guide blocks needed adjusting because of the height difference now of the belts that have been put on. And yeah, just bear that in mind, guys, that you might have to reset some things. Now personally, I really do want to change these guide blocks, the ceramic guide blocks, to rollers. I think they're a much better design. And I also know that it ejects the sawdust much cleaner than it does these guide blocks. These guide blocks just like end up being a track point for it, and it just builds up on it. It's just annoying. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. I tried to keep this one short, but I failed. It might be about 12-13 minutes by the time of it. Anyway, I'm waffling on. What am I doing? Right, thanks very much. We'll see you all on the next video. Hopefully we'll get some milling done. I have got a load of firewood, so I'm going to go do that today, so that's probably going to be the next video. Got a lot of firewood to do. So till next time, guys, take it easy, and don't forget, guys, share that wealth of knowledge. It's imperative that everybody knows this, because somebody might be having an issue with their mill, and this is the problem. Their idler belt might have been worn, the drive belt's worn. Yeah. See you later, guys.